Jeremy and Glynis, thank you for joining us and sharing your story with our other customers. They'll find it tremendously useful, I'm sure.
Hi.
Thank you. Helen, well, can you tell us a little bit about your project?
Well, we had the orangery here built about 7 years ago to create a bigger living space and to sort of bring the garden into the house, really. And it's become the room that we live in, we use all the time.
Yeah, and it's a large orangery. It's about 7 meters by 5 meters with an enormous roof lantern. The biggest roof lantern we could get.
And what were the issues you were worried about that caused you to contemplate shading?
So we lived with the room for a couple of years, thinking that the bifold doors down the one side would be sufficient in the summer. And then quickly realized, because we were trying to eat in here, use it as a dining area when the family comes round, and quickly realized that it was both too hot and at certain times of year, the sun was just directly in our eyes.
Wow, that must have been uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And what option did you look at to solve this?
Well, we initially started with the roller blinds in front of the bifold doors, which did a certain job, certainly kept the sun out of our eyes at certain times of year, but didn't solve the heat problem in here. And we were getting temperatures up to 38 degrees plus in this room, and still just couldn't use it.
Yeah, it was temperature of 38 plus direct sunlight as well, so it felt a lot hotter than that. And 38 is hot enough anyway.
So then very reluctantly, we started to look at blinds for the lantern, because we had the lantern because it's beautiful and we want the light and we like to see the sky. And you feel like you're sitting in the garden while you're in the room. So very reluctantly started to look at options for blinds. We looked at the pleated blinds, roller blinds, on each pane. And really just didn't like anything, because it spoiled the room, just didn't look as the room is supposed to look. And then searching for a solution, just on the point of giving up, I stumbled across you and your blind on the internet.
Yeah, we'd spoken to 1 or 2 people who'd had a similar offering, but they took one look at the size of the lantern and said, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in fact your roof lantern measures over 4 meters long and is wide as well.
Yes.
So a couple of companies said, no, we just don't do that. We only do standard sizing. And then, as I say, I stumbled across your company that said you did bespoke.
Excellent. So you went with this large blind. You were concerned about the heat gain in the summer. So what color did you go for? And has the blind in practice, does it look good? Because you were concerned about the aesthetics.
Yes, we went for snow white, which is just a little paler than the ceiling itself. And therefore is a nice bright color, and it looks a bit like a light box when it's closed, so it doesn't really take away much light at all. The blind itself, because the way it rolls back into a cassette on the one side of the ceiling, you don't even know it's there, so it hasn't spoiled the look of the room at all.
Yeah, and the tracks on either side that stop it sagging almost look like part of the lantern anyway, because they're so high into the cavity.
So we're very pleased with the look of it, definitely.
Wonderful. And we're recording this in the middle of at the beginning of January. We've just had our new year, and the sun isn't shining yet. So I think this is something, it's aspirational at the moment. I'm very confident because I know lots of customers have benefited before you in terms of reducing the heat, and 38 degrees. Oh my goodness, that is, we like sometimes some of us like the Mediterranean climate, but that's just too much, isn't it? So I guess you'll be looking forwards to next summer in greater comfort.
Definitely.
That's
yes,
the hope, yes.
that is the hope. The bonus so far is that we've discovered that actually during the winter, it keeps a lot of the heat in the room for us as well, and has made quite a big difference to the heating of the whole room.
Well, that's good news, especially with the energy prices the way they are currently.
Right. Quite.
So, well, it's music to my ears that you've got that extra bonus that was not anticipated, and I look forward to hopefully catching up with you in the summer when you can, when you'll be overjoyed that you can be in the room in comfort without
Let's hope so.
having lovely dining experiences without the sun blaring through.
Yes, let's hope.
Thank you. That's music to my ears.